Welcome back. Now in this video we will create a circular border radius right in here, a circular shape, and inside of that there will be a camera icon from which the user can simply tap on it and upload their profile picture. So we're gonna implement that now. So let's go and do that. So below this cache network image, in here you will have a container widget. So we will say container, in here comma. So right inside that, first we will set the background color. So in here we will set colors. We will go with the black 54. And now if I press the Control S, you guys will notice right in here it's gonna be a little dim, a little black color right in here. You can simply how to load the app, and if you guys did that already, there is no need of that. Just simply press the Control S and you guys will notice the output. There we go. So it's a little black in shade, so that's fine. Let's move further. In here we will say child, and right in the child we will do some padding. In there, padding, edge insect, as usual we will go with the symmetric one, in which we will set the horizontal to 16 and we will set the vertical to 80. That's fine right in here. Now child, list view, and there we will say children. Right in the children we will have form widget, in here comma. Right inside that it will take some property. The first one will be key. First we will go and create a global key for the sign up form key. So right at top we will go and let's create that. Right down in here we will say final and then underscore sign up. There we go, and form key. We can name that, and in here we will say global key. I have already tell you about that right in the login, why we add that in here. So in here form state, and there we go with the global key. It basically create a label global key, which is a global key with a label that basically used for debugging. Now we will use that. Let's go down and right in the form, in here we will say key, and in here we will have that sign up form key in here. There you go. Right after you have a child, and right in the child you have a column widget. Right in the column widget you will have a children, and right in the children you will have a gesture detector, which will simply contain the on tap event. Whenever the user will press on the camera icon or tap on it, it will simply take the user to the show image dialog, which will contain the camera option and the gallery option. We will implement that right in the next videos. For now we are implementing the design, so you will get the idea later on. For now this gesture detector will contain the on tap event. So in here comma first and tag this down, you will say on tap. In here you will leave this empty for now, but later on we will create a method and call upon on that writing this on tap event. So in here we will leave a comment so that we can remember later on. So we will say in here create show image dialog method. We will create that, which will contain all of the working for selecting the image through camera or through gallery. It will contain that. So in here we leave a comment. We will work on that later. For now we don't need this. Now let's move further. Right after, in here we will say child, and let's do some padding as usual, edge insert. So we will go with the .all. We will set it to 8.0, and then in here we will say child, and right in the child we will have a container widget, in which we will simply set the width, height, and also the decoration for the circular border radius, in which we will simply show the camera icon. From there the user can select their picture. So first we will go right in here, widget build. In here we will create size, type size. Now we will assign to that media query dot of contacts, and then we will say dot size. Basically it will contain size of the screen whatever it will be. So it simply means that. Now we will go and use that. So right in here in the container widget, in here we will say width, and let's do that now. So type size in here, and then we'll say width, and then multiply it by 0.24%. I will tag that, and right after height we're going to say type size, and then we will say width multiplied by also 0.24%. It's going to tag that, the width and the height, whatever the screen it will be. So right after, now let's do the decoration. In here box decoration, and right in there let's set the border. So border we will go with the dot all. Let's set the width to 1, and the color will be colors, we'll go with the cyan accent. That's fine. Comment here and also in here, as you guys can see. Now right after, let's set the border radius for that. So in here we will say border radius, and it's going to be circular. So dot circular, we're going to set it to 20, as you guys can see right in here. Now in here add the constant modifier, and now if I press the Ctrl S, I have already hot reload the app. Okay, if you didn't, then simply click in here and hot reload the app. So I have already did it, so I will simply press the Ctrl S and see the output. There we go with the circular border radius, as you guys can see right in here. And if you guys want to change that, you can play with it in here. Let's say 100, it's gonna look like that, but I'll go with the first one. That is fine. Now let's go further, and in here we will say child, and right in the child we will say clip or react, that first one, in which we will simply first set the border radius, and border radius is going to be dot circular, is going to be for the image, so we will set it to 16. And right after child, and right in the child we're going to need a variable as a file type, so we're gonna go right at top and let's create that. So right in here below this global key, in here we will say file, as you guys can see, and we're gonna name this as an image file, which will basically contain the user image. For now it's empty, and if this file show you the error, just simply import the library .io, as you guys can see right in here. Import that, it's automatically imported. So in your case, if it didn't, then simply click in here and there will be a red bulb, and simply import the .io, as you guys can see right in here, and you can manually write in here that library. So we are done in here with the image file as a file type, and basically that file is a reference to a file on the file system. That file basically holds a path on which the operation can be performed. As I told you before, that image file will contain the image that the user will select and update. It's going to be right in the image file then. For now, that image file is totally empty, as you guys know. Now we will move down, and right in the child we will say image file if it's equal to null. In that case, what we will do, right in the if, we will simply show the camera icon. So in here icons with a camera enhance sharp, we will show that. And also let's set the color for that. We will go with the colors dot, let's go with the cyan, as you guys can see right in here. And also let's set the size for that. We will make it a little bit big, so make it to 30. And right in here we will say else, and we will simply show them the image file in case of if the image file not equal to null. I will explain that again in detail, so don't worry about that. First let me complete that. So in here we will say image file null check, and then simply we will fit it box fit dot fill. In here first we will add the const modifier just to remove that yellow line in here, as you guys can see already. So click in here and click on this bold, add that const modifier. All fine in here. Now let me explain that. So basically that image file, if it's equal to null, in that case right in the if we will show the camera icon, and in else right in here if the image file not equal to null, then we will simply show the image file that the user will update and select. So for now, as you guys know, that image file is totally empty, so it's gonna be equal to null. So if it's equal to null, then you will simply show that camera icon, and later on whenever we're done with the sign up screen and we will register an email and create an account, then we will simply update our profile image for that current user, and it's going to be then right in the image file. So then that image file will not be equal to null, then it will simply run that image file that the user will update and select. So for now, as you guys know, that image file is equal to null, so it will show that camera icon. So now we will simply put comma first in here and let's press the Ctrl S and see the output. There we go with the camera icon, as you guys can see in here. So it's working totally fine. And this video is becoming a little lengthy, so we will end this right in here, and right from the next video we will work further right in that sign up screen. So see ya.